Hi, my name is Mike the Healer Gut Guy. I healed myself from Crohn's and a bunch of other autoimmune issues, and I've helped a lot of people fix their histamine intolerance. Now, the current theory for histamine intolerance is that the body can't break down histamine, and so when someone eats a high histamine food, it builds up in the body and produces one of many symptoms. Now, I've seen many people take the DAO enzyme. I've seen many people take all sorts of supplements to get more of the nutrients, to make these enzymes, to break down the histamine. I've seen people avoid these foods forever, and they still have these histamine issues. Now, what was the trick that I did, that I showed these people to get rid of their histamine issues for good? First, I want you to look at this whole condition very differently, okay? There was a doctor named Dr. Hammer, and he would look at the brain scans of all of his patients, and he noticed that someone had a rash or they had eczema in a certain location on their body. There would be a ring in a very specific location 100% of the time in their brain CT scans. If someone had Crohn's or colitis, they would have a ring in their CT scans in a very specific location. If someone had a stomach issues, there would be a ring in their brain in a very specific location 100% of the time. If somebody had chronic fatigue, that's a little bit more in depth, but he would find a pattern in the brain. Same thing with headaches, and same thing with brain fog. If someone had brain fog, there'd be a ring in the brain in a very specific location. If someone had acne, there would be a ring in your brain in a very specific location. If someone had vertigo, there would be a ring in your brain in a very specific location. So these rings were caused by conflict shocks, stressful events that catch us off guard. And so think about it, a conflict is something that's threatening your life. So what your brain does, so you perceive a conflict, and then your body goes, uh-oh, all right, let's try to survive. Let's put an organ into overdrive. And it picks which organ is best suited to deal with this conflict. When this conflict goes on for too long, when this conflict is very intense, this is when people start to get nasty symptoms and start to come down with these nasty autoimmune conditions. So histamine is part of the inflammation process. People think like histamine is the devil. It's just part of the inflammation process. So what is inflammation? Because most holistic doctors and especially modern doctors don't know what inflammation is. Inflammation is the body's response to injury. I punch my arm, it's going to become inflamed to heal the damage. But what happens when there's not an apparent source to injury? Like why do I have a rash on my arm right here, yet I didn't punch my arm there, I didn't run it through a cheese grater? Why does my arm have a rash right here? And this is because your brain put this organ, this patch of your skin, into overdrive due to stress, and it's recovering from the overdrive. And that's what's causing the inflammation. That's the damage that the inflammation is healing. And histamine is just simply part of the inflammation process. It's not, yes, there's a lot of histamine in your body, but that just means you have a lot of special programs running in your brain. Your body is more than capable of breaking down this histamine. It's just the brain's not telling it to break down on this part of the body. I want you to think about how insanely ridiculous this current histamine intolerance theory is. So somebody's going to eat some histamine, and then it's going to travel all the way through the body, dodge all the other body parts, and then just get to the brain and cause brain fog or fatigue, or get down here. Like, it makes zero sense that the histamine wants to accumulate in this part or that part of the body, and it just magically doesn't affect the other parts of the body. You can eat these histamine foods. You need to believe that they are safe. First step is believe that all foods are safe. I understand that you might be eating these foods right now and that can produce a reaction, but look back into your past. When did you first start getting these symptoms? When did you first start getting these symptoms? Was it after a bad breakup? Was it after, a stressful job? Was it after exams for school? Start noticing the emotional patterns that are causing your symptoms. Start to view all food as safe. These are like the 2 steps. This goes into more detail. Histamine intolerant, like all these organs have different conflict themes, and it's beyond the scope of this video to address each and every one of them. But I wanted to help you start to see histamine intolerance not as like histamine building up in your body, but instead it's your brain putting certain organs into overdrive. Okay? So if you would like my help doing this, I have something called the Rapid Gut Healing Program. You can enroll in it down below. All the details are down below there. But if you don't have money right now, I do have a free 30-day program on how to heal your gut, and it kind of goes over the basics of German new medicine. You can learn this for free on learninggnm.com. And yeah, guys, my name is Mike the Heal Your Gut Guy. Leave a comment down below. What do you think is a stressful event that caused your histamine intolerance? I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.